Hello ESL students studying Crossroads Cafe. This video will give you a summary of Unit 24, Episode 24, All's Well That Ends Well. It's snowing and Crossroads Cafe is closed. Jamal, Henry, Mr. Brashoff, and Jess are looking at their watches. Rosa has a clipboard. She says to the men, "Let's synchronize our watches." Mr. Brashoff and Rosa are having a dinner party for Catherine and Bill in 4 hours, 45 minutes, and 17 seconds. They are getting married tomorrow. Everyone has a job to do except Henry. Mr. Brashoff is making beef stroganoff. Jamal is putting up decorations. Carol is picking up the flowers. A delivery man comes in the cafe with a box for Catherine. It's her wedding dress. Rosa opens the box to check on the dress. Oh no, the dress is the wrong size. It's huge. It's big enough for 2 or 3 Catherines to wear. Henry says, "Catherine better start eating." Henry goes outside to check on the weather. It's snowing very hard. Rosa is worried about Catherine's grandfather. He's flying in from Europe, and someone has to pick him up at the airport. There's another problem. Rosa hears Suzanne and David arguing in the kitchen. They were helping Rosa make pastries, and Suzanne lost her mother's wedding ring. Catherine and Bill enter the cafe. They are very happy, but when Catherine greets her children, Suzanne starts to cry and runs out of the room. Everyone tells Catherine about the problems. Catherine is not happy anymore. She asks about her wedding dress and decides to try it on. Catherine locks herself in the bathroom and cries after she sees the dress. She won't talk to anyone. She just cries. Mr. Brashoff tries to call the airport and see about flights from Europe. Everyone except for Catherine is listening to the radio. The weather is getting worse. Finally, there's a job for Henry. Mr. Brashoff decides to send Henry to the airport to pick up Catherine's grandfather. He gives Henry money for a taxi. Catherine gives Henry a description of her grandfather so Henry will recognize him. Bill's family starts to arrive at the cafe for the dinner party. Bill's uncle Antonio sees Rosa and calls her Catherine. He welcomes her to the family. Rosa is so surprised she can't speak. Henry has several problems at the airport. First, he picks up the wrong man. Then, he finds the right man, but the taxi has a flat tire on the way back to Crossroads Cafe. Catherine's grandfather changes the tire. Back at the cafe, Bill tells his family Rosa is not Catherine. Jamal says Catherine is at home. She's checking on her wedding dress. Bill's family doesn't know Catherine is in the utility room. She is a mess because she's crying. Jamal helps Catherine climb out a window. Then she enters the cafe again through the front door. Everyone is very happy to finally meet the bride. The bride is happy too. Her grandfather comes in with Henry and the taxi driver, and the party begins. When they all sit down to eat, Aunt Sophie finds the missing wedding ring in a pastry. All's well that ends well. If you need help studying Crossroads Cafe, contact us in the information below.